Today, investors face two economic trends, the value of the dollar and the value of Bitcoin. Over the past century, the dollar has lost much of its value, 96% as a matter of fact. What's going on?
It's because of overspending. It's a great country, there's lots of services, but then we also overspend. And so, how do you fund that? Well, you borrow money elsewhere. You borrow money from a different country, and they won't let you borrow money for free, and so they'll put interest on top of it.
We are just printing money at an accelerating pace. So it's like when you are making, $100 today, it's worth less money tomorrow. You can buy less consumer goods with that $100.
The inflationary pressure is always going to be there. So the question in the context of the dollar versus some other currency is, are there currencies out there, i.e. cryptocurrencies, that at least at this stage are not facing the same inflationary pressure that the dollar is facing?
Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency outside the control of central banks. Unlike the dollar, its value has risen several thousand-fold in recent years. Here's why.
Built into the protocol for Bitcoin, there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. And it's going to be issued at a relatively predictable rate over the next 100 years. As more people demand it and there's a relatively fixed supply, the value of your Bitcoin should go up.
We got involved in Bitcoin in March of this year, and at that time it was a little over $1,000. Today, I asked my telephone how much Bitcoin was, and it was over $10,000. Just from March to now, that's quite a growth.
So if you look at the value of the dollar falling and few prospects in sight for a turnaround, why not consider diversifying with Bitcoin?
You can buy homes. You can go into the stock market, which is up and down and up and down. You can buy, diamonds and gold and stuff like that. And that's all good diversification. And here's another one. This one has, as far as I'm concerned, has a good track record.
There's many products out there, but the return on investment is, sometimes not very, actually a lot of times not very good. And, Bitcoin can help solidify your holdings.
You can purchase Bitcoin on an exchange to hold your money's value, but we believe mining has much more potential.
Mining is defined as two activities. One is just like Visa and MasterCard process payments. That's part of that protocol. Essentially, if you want to send me money, somebody, that is the miners that have these computers around the internet, take that problem and they encrypt it into what's called the blockchain. That part of the encryption process is known as mining. And just like Visa or MasterCard get rewarded for that transaction, you get the money for mining. The other part of that is that by processing this transaction, new Bitcoin are created. And you have the opportunity to make 12.5 Bitcoin every 10 minutes. It's sort of like a lottery.
There's lots of competition, right? So let's say, you have like 100 miners and 10 of them solve the problem. Not all of the 10 are guaranteed to get that one Bitcoin. Someone of the 10 will randomly get the Bitcoin.
Many people have gathered together pools of miners and cooperatively said, we don't want to make the whole 12.5 Bitcoin once every million chances. We want to make Bitcoin more consistently. And so we'll join a pool. We'll make less every time we're rewarded, but we'll get rewarded more often.
And if you consider mining for Bitcoin, you basically have two choices. Go it alone with your own computer equipment, or join a company like Bcause Mining, which has all the technology, know-how, and infrastructure you need to be successful in this space at a reasonable price.
You can get your mining rigs, figure out how to configure the hardware and how you're going to get power, how you're going to maintain that and cool it, or you can go through us.
I would not have to do it. I don't want to learn all that stuff. I don't want to have this in my house and have my electric bill be sky high. From what I've heard, it takes a lot of energy.
Residential power versus commercial power, prices are different. The equipment needed to do the actual mining is constantly changing. By the time you get that equipment installed, get it mining, get everything going, there could be new units out that are more efficient.
We run the world's most efficient mining gear. As mining equipment evolves, Bcause will immediately adapt. We pride ourselves on customers having access to the latest technology in crypto mining. Running a 1400-watt hairdryer all the time is very expensive, but we run at an industrial scale and likely pay 1/4 to half the price of what you, as a residential customer, pays for electricity, a key component in the crypto mining space. Better electricity costs makes your mining more profitable. You may or may not be an IT genius. At Bcause, we want to open the new crypto economy to everyone. Our data center is staffed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days per year, ensuring your mining rig operates at maximum efficiency at all times. And Bcause operates a mining pool. As part of a pool, you will earn a share of a Bitcoin each time a member of the pool wins, rather than only when you win. The amount you earn is dependent on the size of your mining contract with Bcause. Let's play What If. Earlier in 2017, we estimated that Bitcoin could reach $6,000 by the end of the year. At that price, you would have made $750 a month off your mining contract. What if instead of withdrawing your funds periodically, you decided to put your account on auto purchase? Every time your account accrued enough funds to purchase an additional annual contract, it did so automatically. In just 7 months, at $750, you auto purchase an additional contract which starts producing in the 8th month. In month 8, you now have 2 machines producing $750 per month. In months 8 through 11, you receive 8 increments of $750 and purchase another contract which starts producing in month 12. Assuming everything continues as before, in your 48th month, you could have 61 machines online, each producing $750 per month. If, at that time, you turn off the auto purchase and start withdrawing your funds, you would theoretically receive a total of 457 increments of $750. This totals $342,750. Now we are playing What If. What if these numbers are off by 25% and you only receive $257,000? What if they're off by 50% and you only receive $121,000? What if they're off by 75% and you only receive $86,000? Where else could you start with $4,828.60 and have the potential for any of the above? Plus, somewhere along the way, you would have been prudent to have withdrawn your $4,828.60 and from that point on been playing, as they say, totally on house money. All of our calculations were based on starting with a Bitcoin at $4,000 and only going to $6,000 over the 60-month period just described. But in December 2017, Bitcoin prices rose to around $15,000. So you can play your own game of What If.
Look at your overall portfolio, all of the assets that you own, and dedicate some small portion of your risked assets to an investment in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency mining. We think that you'll make more money by mining than you will by simply buying and holding.